Welcome back. I'm John Batanti. That is the Josh Moody. Welcome to another episode of Experts vs. Algorithm. We're going to break down UFC 279 for you. As you know, yes, this is a pay-per-view. UFC 279. Anything with a number is a pay-per-view. Even though this is an extremely rare pay-per-view type card. No title fights, no title eliminator fights, no top 10 fights.
This is a title eliminator. 100% this is a title eliminator.
What fight?
The main event.
What? When's Hamza? He's going to fight for the title anyway. This doesn't matter for him.
He's
still going to fight the winner of Usman.
You
Edwards.
think that if Hamza Chimaev loses against Nate Diaz, his next fight will be for a title?
Yes. There's no one left to fight for in that division. Usman already recycled everyone. Now Hamzat's winning. Hamzat probably going to get a title. They're building him up. He's getting that title shot. I think, but
yeah, win.
No, I really think he gets it anyway. But now that they're going to do a trilogy, I think he waits anyway. I think he either fights someone else at a catchweight or something, or I don't know what he does. What's he going to do? Sit around for a year and wait for the title fight? I don't know.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah. So interesting. But yeah, this is a very odd pay-per-view card. But that being said, I was thinking about it, and there's always these super cards, and like October 22nd is probably the best card I've ever seen. But usually out of the super cards, there's a lot of boring ass fights in the super cards because they're usually really good fighters, and there's a lot on the line. And they don't live up to the hype a lot of times. So maybe this will be just straight fire. I don't know. Tony Ferguson moving up in weight, terrible idea. To fight the Leech, I mean that could be action. Could be a great fight. Johnny Walker and Kutalaba they're both action, so there could be a lot of action. Kevin Holland, D-Rod. I mean, it could end up being a really good fight if Nate's in there. Nate hangs in there, but the whole card in general, I want to cap this card because this is a really strange card. You have a lot of fights. First fight, Jailton Almeida against Anton Turkoj. Turkoj was last seen on the DWCS, huge favorite. He won the fight unanimously. Really freestyle wrestling based though, like Greco-Roman, takedown heavy, not much, not very impressive. He didn't win a contract. Just wasn't an impressive fight, and he really doesn't have much to offer as far as striking, other than just it was a grapple takedown, hold you there. And now he's stepping in on short notice because Almeida was supposed to fight. That doesn't surprise me because when I saw the matchup, Almeida he was supposed to fight, what's his name? Older guy. Chris Dawkins knocked him out.
Give me 1 second, I'll get it for you.
I'm not surprised he pulled out of the fight. I mean, who wants to fight this monster? But for whatever reason. But
Shamil Abdul-Rahimov.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
He had visa issues.
Visa issues? Call it. Maybe he did. I don't know, but I don't think he had much of a chance of beating this guy. But so Almeida's fought light heavyweight and heavyweight, and he just smashes people. He looked really impressive his last fight against Parker Porter. Parker Porter can scrap, but this guy really took him down. Didn't waste energy. Didn't waste time. He got where he needed to be. Eventually, he showed a lot of class, a lot of savvy class. He looked like he was just totally in control. they're going to fight this at 220 pounds, so it's going to be catch weight. I have no idea what Anton Turkalj is going to be able to do to turn this fight in his favor. He likes to grapple, but he's nowhere near as good a grappler as this guy. He's not taking this guy down and holding him down. So, you know, I expect there to be a lot of grappling in this fight, but I expect Almeida to find a finish relatively early.
The Pleasure Man. That's a
interesting.
Creepy monster. Fighting they're fighting at heavyweight. That makes total sense. Or are they fighting at heavyweight?
Catch weight 220 because of the short notice.
That's super weird. Okay. Oh, because of the short notice.
Almeida fights lighter anyway. When he fights heavyweight, he fights lighter. He's not that heavy. But so this will be they'll be pretty.
This guy's last fight was in the Contender Series. The Contender Series, like some of the fighters do well, but a lot of them go on to lose their first UFC fight.
Yeah.
I think Gilton came off the Contender Series in Brazil, but he's already gotten his feet wet in the UFC.
Yeah.
So,
and he had a lot of fights.
I'm gonna pick Gilton Almeida. Oh yeah, he does have a lot of fights. 16. He's looked really good every time I've seen him. Like stupid.
Yeah, he was really impressive. He was really impressive in that fight that I saw. I'll say. I mean, I don't expect him to have much resistance in this fight, but that's why they do the fights. You know, somebody can get hurt. Things happen. Next fight we have on the card. Norma Dumont, Danielle Wolf. Yeah, I wouldn't be. I was surprised. It looks like this fight's taking place, but I wasn't going to be shocked if this fight got canceled too. I mean, Danielle Wolf hasn't. Like, she wanted to switch to MMA like 3 years ago, and she had one fight. No amateur fights, just went right to a pro MMA fight, and then no fights again. No, one fight. She won a Contender Series fight. She didn't get a contract, or did she? No, she couldn't have gotten a contract.
She got a contract.
She got a contract. She should have fought, but it's been 3 years ago.
3 years? That was no.
It is long ago. Look, wait.
The UFC her Contender Series fight was 3 years ago. No,
2020. I'm sorry, it's 2 years.
Yeah, and she had a canceled bout against Felicia Spencer in the middle.
You can't find a fight in 2 years?
At 145. At 145. Dude, that's not. I'm not surprised at all. There's no. How many girls fight at 145?
Amanda Nunes.
Yeah, Amanda Nunes, Felicia Spencer.
She's done. She retired.
Yeah, exactly. And Danielle Wolf was supposed to fight Spencer last year.
Yeah. Danielle Wolf's MMA win, though. Tanisha Tennant is not a bad fighter. I think she won on a 3-fight winning streak in Invicta since that fight. For as much as Danielle Wolf, she's a boxer, and her boxing record overall isn't really that great. So I don't see what her pro boxing record was. It's not amazing. She's far from undefeated. And her striking in that fight against Tennant, it wasn't very good. I mean, I think she hit at a 30% clip or something bad. It wasn't that great. I don't know. She did stuff takedowns a lot in that fight. Granted, Tanisha Tennant isn't the best wrestler. Norma Dumont has a lot working for her in this fight. The only thing she's very passive. She doesn't get going she doesn't get going on her own. She's very slow. She had a good win against. She has some good wins. She's beat Mariana Moraes, who's a pretty good fighter in PFL. Felicia Spencer fight. I think she won that fight, but that was more Spencer. Not Spencer fought bad. That she was slow that fight. She didn't. She didn't open up until too late. Aspen Ladd did nothing against Norma. Macy kept taking Norma down, and Norma didn't get going until like the third round. So you can take Norma down. Um, but Norma's gonna have she's thick. She's gonna be. She likes to fight in the clinch. She's gonna try. If she gets this fight down, she's got a huge advantage. I don't know anything about Daniel Wolf's grappling. I assume it's not good, or she's not experienced in it. Which is you see Norma Dumont a huge favorite. I think Norma wins. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't go to the bank and bet her at minus. Now she's like minus 400, but just because she doesn't have a killer instinct.
Norma's at minus 400.
Minus 400. Yeah. I mean, she should be. She should probably be more, honestly, against a girl making her second fight ever, second MMA fight.
Didn't this girl go to the Olympics?
As a boxer, maybe, but she's not that good. She's not that good.
I'm pretty sure this girl was an Olympic boxer.
27-14 as a pro boxer. That's not that great.
Agreed. That's not the most stellar record. But if all of those fights were like at the Olympic trials and in the Olympics, that's not that bad.
No, they wouldn't be. They're going to be like pro, like low level pro fights and stuff.
She never went pro.
I would, huh?
She never went pro in boxing. She only had amateur fights. Yeah.
It says pro boxing record 27-14.
I thought that was her amateur.
They're all amateur fights.
That's what I thought. Because you cannot be a professional boxer and go to the Olympics.
Well, I don't think she is boxing anymore since then. She got invited to Olympic trials. She was not added to the Olympic boxing team in 2012. She went to mixed martial arts because the 2016 Summer Olympics did not add her weight class.
Got you. So she's been trying to do this since 2016.
Okay, so in the 2020 Olympics, they then re-added women's welterweight division, and she returned to try for the Olympics, but she got eliminated from the trials and went back to MMA. Yeah, that's what I mean. I feel like she needs a lot to go her way to win this. How the fuck is she going to win this fight? I don't know, but
I don't know, man. Norma Dumont's going to smash her. Norma can strike.
I'm thinking that, but then I'm like, I don't. Yeah.
Wait, you don't bet at minus 400 on this, but Norma Dumont's going to smash her.
If I've seen more out of Norma Dumont, I would say yes, home run, go bet Norma Dumont to win by finish, where you probably get a good, decent price. But I mean, Norma Dumont, if she gets this fight down, should be able to find a submission. She should be able to get the fight down. I mean, or a ground and pound. Only a 2-inch reach advantage for Danielle Wolf. I assume she can move. But her fight against, I wasn't that impressed. The fight against Tanisha Tennant, I remember that fight. I would say she should be able to move laterally. Like Norma Dumont's kind of a plotter. Maybe she has an edge there, but I didn't really see that fight. All right, we got Dumont. Darian Weeks, Johan Lainez. This is a really hard fight. Lainez definitely likes his fights end quicker than he likes to get his work done early. He had a great first round against Gabe Green last time, and then he gassed out and got knocked out, got finished in the second round. He's a strong guy, but he does gas. He's got a round and a half in him. Darian Weeks showed a lot of patience, a lot of smarts in his fights. He didn't win his last two fights, but he went the distance as a huge underdog in two fights, and he was definitely competitive in those fights. He definitely won a round. Yeah, I think Darian Weeks I think you said he's a little better than people thought.
He's really good.
So how does he do now against a fight that's winnable? Yeah,
I
who does he
mean,
match?
if he
Go
doesn't win this, he'll get cut.
Okay, probably the same for both guys.
Uh,
Um,
I don't know about the other guy. He's only had
I,
one. Like, look, Darian just lost two. But like, you lose three in a row. If your name is
yeah.
anything in Sam LV, you get cut.
uh,
Sam LV, DJ Penn, that's it.
yeah, I'm gonna. I've seen Johan's like I know he has power. Like he does hurt people. I've seen like Weeks' fights are he definitely shows smarts and stuff, but he's very aggressive. I think Johan wins. I think he wins all the exchanges that they have. I think he'll land the bigger shots. Weeks can stop him. He can get himself stopped by gassing out or something, but nah, tough fight. Not betting it. I'll go with Johan. Just maybe I'll go with the guy that I know has stopping power at least. But
What's
tough
the
fight.
line?
It's pretty much a pick 'em. Like minus. I think Weeks is minus 120, but
Oh,
it's very close. It's not a. It's
I
a
got
thing.
weeks. Hands down, I got weeks.
Yeah, you got Weeks, good boy. You did not pick Huggy Bear. You think Huggy Bear is going to win this fight?
Don't you be giving away my secrets.
Melissa Martinez versus Elise Reed. Yeah. I have no fucking idea why Melissa Martinez is minus 200 against Elise. Like we've seen Elise Reed, I think 3 fights in the UFC, and she's not a bad striker. And she showed that she has talent. She won a fight that most thought she had no business winning against. What's her face? The little redheaded Welsh chick. Looks like a scary doll. What's her name?
I'll give
Uh,
it. Corey McKenna.
yeah, she looks like a creepy doll sometimes. Um, Granted, that was McKenna showed some bad fight IQ in that fight, but Elise Reed showed that she has some get up. Her striking is good. Um, Melissa Martinez is coming in with undefeated from lower level promotion though. Like she's coming from Combate, and her last fight she won a split decision against Desiree Yanez. I've seen like 3 of Desiree Yanez's fights in Bellator. She's not very good. Don't be impressed. She's actually not in Bellator anymore. She got kicked out, and she's in Combate. So there is no way in hell I would recommend betting. Rec- Recommend laying it with Melissa Martinez. I'll go with Elise Reed. She's going to be the better striker, and I think she can win. I think she wins this fight. This should be a striking fight.
Yeah, Melissa Martinez. Melissa? Yeah.
Yeah,
Melissa Martinez comes from a karate and kickboxing style, which is interesting because she's Mexican. Not like you don't think about Mexico and karate uh,
no,
or kickboxing, right? Like you think boxing. If she was a karate boxer, I'd be very interested.
yeah,
Um, but she's young and she has a whole bunch of finishes on her record. Like she's 7-0 and 5 finishes at 115 pounds. Like most girls are not finishing people at 115 pounds. Um,
no,
I like her. Combate America is actually a pretty solid promotion. It's like fighting for LFA or CFFC. Um,
yeah. It's solid, but it's definitely like it's lower level. I think than uh, it's a. I think it's a step below Bellator.
oh yeah.
Yeah,
Fighting Combate America is before you go to Bellator or UFC or PFL or
Invicta something. If it's
not Invicta, but
no,
yeah, Invicta would be like the same as this.
okay.
Maybe Invicta. Anyways, next fight is who we have. I'm not even pronouncing those names. I
Chad
probably
Anna Liger, and Alatang Haili or just Alatang. Yeah. I'm I think this is a really good spot. This is a bet for me. And I have Analyzer plus like 165 plus 170, something like that. Um, Analyzer is really experienced, smart fighter. He hasn't lost a fight, I think, in like 8 years. Granted, he just had a UFC fight last time. And he ended up getting a third round stoppage, but he did a lot. He showed a lot of good things. He didn't rush anything. He didn't have a good first round. But I saw a lot of things I liked. Really good movement, really good, really hard to hit. Doesn't waste energy. Is the opposite of everything I've seen Alateng do. I I'm really not that impressed with Alateng. Analiger has a 3-inch reach. I think he can counter Alateng all day. Alateng is going to try to go in there and blast him. I think Analiger stays safe and pot shots his way to a win.
To be honest with you, don't know these guys. This is
probably there's probably
the
not a lot of
hardest.
people.
Like on the entire card, this was the hardest fight for me to pick because I don't know either of them. But I'm picking Alatang. I like that he's got UFC experience. I like that he's from Mongolia. So far, the Mongols have not let me down when I have picked them. So let's go Mongolia! Let's go Mongolia!
Nice. Huggy Bear, Chris Barnett against Jake Collier. All right, go ahead. You can start this one.
Jay Collier is a middleweight. Enough said. And Huggy Bear does backflips.
How the hell is he gonna win this fight? Jake Collier's got like a 7-inch reach. Jake Collier throws volume at least. Chris Barnett can't fight 15 minutes. It's gonna be crazy. Jake Collier is not an impressive fighter though. I'll say that.
Yeah,
So Chris Barnett,
Huggy Bear's gonna do some silly shit.
Yeah, and he might fucking catch him like with something and knock him out. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that, but I mean, come on, Jake Collier is a huge favorite. It's only getting bigger. I think he's like minus 450, minus 500 now. Yeah,
really?
He's minus 465. Yeah, Huggy Bear's a big dog.
I would definitely bet on Huggy Bear then. I would definitely bet on
right.
Like, don't get me wrong. I see why Collier is the favorite. He is too big of a favorite. That's not accurate. Huggy Bear is not.
Yeah. No, he just looks like Huggy Bear just looks so bad some fights. Like I mean, he just looked like no cardio, nothing in there. He just looked like such an easy out against Ben Rothwell and his last fight against Martin Budet. Like he just looked like he can't even hang. Like he can't even fight for 10 minutes. He can't throw his hand. Like he just looks so bad in there.
Yeah, I mean he should be like a welterweight. So there's that.
But yeah, Jake Collier, I mean, he's no business laying 5-1 with Jake Collier. You must be out your mind. Jake Collier.
It is entirely reasonable for Jake Collier to win this fight. Let me be more realistic. It is entirely plausible that Jake Collier wins this fight.
Sure.
Be surprised when Huggy Bear gets this shit done.
Boom. You heard it here first. Huggy Bear upset. All right, I like it. Next fight. This is the hardest fight for me. I don't know. I've seen Jamie Pickett fight. I don't know anything about Denise Tialuin. No bets. Just thing. I took Pickett because I know he has UFC experience, and that's it. Who do you got?
Same. I took Pickett for the same reason. The other guy only has one fight in the UFC. He got rear naked choked by a guy that I don't actually know who is. You
have Tialuin down. You have Tialuin in the file. I
Oh,
just
okay. Well, then screw it. I'm gonna pick Tia, whatever his name is, to
you could
be
switch.
Hungarian.
You could switch it to pick it.
No, no, I'm going with Russia. Let's go, Mother Russia. Down with the United States. Let's go, Mother Russia.
Mother Russia. Oh, all right, I like it. Good fight. Julian Erosa versus Hakeem Dawodu. Yeah, Hakeem Dawodu is fast, lightning quick, fast hands. Um, good fighter. Julian Erosa, best path to victory here, I think, would be look for a submission. But I mean, Hakeem Dawodu did pretty good against Movsar Evelev. He actually won that third round against Movsar and kept coming in after a wrestle heavy fight. So he's got really good cardio. So that impressed me. He's a bit high price. He's minus 250. So I won't recommend betting him straight, maybe parlays or something, but I think I got Hakeem to win this fight.
Hmm. I had not seen Hakeem's record when I first looked at this. I didn't realize he was 13-2. Thought he'd had more fights than that. Thought he'd lost more fights than that.
He's good.
I like UCJ a lot.
Oh yeah, he's good.
He's been around forever. He was on the Ultimate Fighter in 2015. Left the UFC for a little while, but did really, really well on the regional circuit. He lost to Patty Pibland on the regional circuit. That's not really well. Since being in the UFC, he's kind of gone back and forth, but he always looks good when he does it.
Yeah.
Yo, this is his third run in the UFC, not his second.
Wow.
I like Juicy J, but I'm going with Dawodu.
All right. Hakeem Dawodu. Main card, pay-per-view time. We got Kevin Holland versus D-Rod, Daniel Rodriguez. So if you don't know D-Rod is really good. D-Rod's a really good fighter. I was on him, I think, his last two matchups. Wait, let me make sure. Was it, or one of his fights got canceled? Let me see. Where is this? Daniel Rodriguez, 16-2. D-Rod's a really good fighter. 74-inch reach. Against Kevin Lee. Kevin Lee, Preston Parsons. The Mike Perry fight against Mike Perry and Kevin Lee. Yeah, I was on him big time. Lost the decision to Nick Dalby. That's okay. Fighting the Trailblazer, public favorite. Kevin Holland's looked amazing since this new moving this weight class. He looks like he's a straight problem. Everything looks good on him. So this is tough. This is really tough. Kevin Holland has an 81-inch reach. 81.
That's pretty long.
And his hands are just so fast. I mean, D-Rod's are really good at, like, his stand-up's really good, but it's not speed-based.
No, not at all.
He's not speed-based. He's more of a counter-puncher. I don't know. I don't know if he can catch Holland enough. I think Holland's too slick, though. And Kevin Holland's no joke as a grappler. He's really good, legit black belt. His wrestling weak? Probably still weak overall, but it's been improving. I don't think D-Rod's the guy to exploit that, though. I don't think D-Rod's going to keep smashing him down like Marvin Vettori did and holding him down. I don't think he's capable of that, so I'm going to go with Kevin Holland.
I think that D-Rod's going to walk him down. I think he's likely to win a decision. I think Kevin Holland could finish D-Rod, which has never happened before. Daniel Rodriguez has never been finished. He's had a lot of fights.
Yeah.
He's
It's tough.
16-2 as a pro, and he went 6-0 as an amateur. And
I can see that because he's a very smart fighter, sound fighter. I but I think that plays against him here. I just don't think he's going to have enough. I think his output's too low.
you think his output's low?
I
No.
think his
Hold
output's going to be low in this fight.
No,
I
no,
think
no,
he's going to get tagged. If he comes forward, he's going to get tagged.
no. Okay, let me read these numbers to you then. Strikes
He's got
landed per minute.
he's got
Kevin
7
Holland.
inch reach disadvantage.
Strikes landed per minute. Kevin
Yeah,
Holland, 3.9. Strikes absorbed per minute for Kevin Holland, 2.4.
better than I
Strikes
thought.
landed. Strikes landed for D-Rod, 8.
Yeah, well,
Wow.
that's inflated. That's because he beat down that. No, that's. I mean, he hit Mike Perry a zillion times. He hits Kevin Lee. Yeah, whenever you see numbers like that, it's inflated for like a fight. Like Sean O'Malley's like 11 strikes. Like, yeah, I mean, he hit somebody 7 zillion times one fight. It,
But he doesn't just have one fight, dude. If he only had one fight in the UFC, that's like okay. But that's
right.
not.
No, I get that. I agree with that. I mean,
He's
he's had fights, but if you fight two guys that just don't block punches, I mean, it's hard. But he does, no, I mean, he does have a lot of fights. He's got a lot of fights in the UFC.
yeah.
All
These
right.
aren't.
I think he's really good. I
I
just
would
don't think
it's that high too, but like
yeah,
I don't think I've ever seen anybody with 8.
no, that's a lot.
Strikes absorbed 5.4. He stays in your face, but he still hits you a lot more than he gets hit. He hits the difference.
5.4 is a lot of getting fucking hit. You need a fucking chin on you. Wow. I mean, if he took Mike Perry, I mean, he took Mike Perry's bombs. Mike Perry hits. Uh, so I mean, I know Holland does hit. Holland hits hard and he's fast.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if he's. I don't know if he's going to not just cold cock D-Rod. Maybe a club and sub of sorts if he stuns him. But yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know.
Daniel Rodriguez against Gabe Green landed 175 strikes
Yeah, that
in
makes
3
sense.
rounds.
That's Gabe Green. Yeah, like that. He's a swinging gate.
Against Rico Farrington, he landed 108. Against Mike Perry, 129. Against Kevin
Yeah,
Lee, 120. Like,
yeah. Kevin Holland's harder to hit than those guys.
damn.
But
Oh,
we'll
yeah.
see.
Yeah, that dude's got an insane work rate.
That's great info there. So we'll see. All right, you got D-Rod. All right, Johnny Walker, Ion Utalaba. This fight's going to be action. I think. I think it has to be action because Kutalaba just wants. He's going to come forward. He's going to get. He's going to get to the. He's going to get to the fighting right away. No gas tank issues, I think, on Kutalaba. Got caught by Ryan Spann. Ryan Spann, nice submission against them last time out.
That was a great fight.
It was. I don't know what to make of Johnny Walker anymore. I really don't. I mean, is this fight winnable for him? Yeah, because there's going to be action. And Johnny Walker's got a ton of fucking power. I mean, he's always going to have power. I think he's finished like 16 out of 18 wins, like all knockouts.
Raf Sahabi said he's got the most power he's ever felt. Like
I believe it. His hands are huge. He's going to have a 7-inch reach advantage too. Kutalaba wants to get you out of there early. He's going to try to get Johnny Walker down and smash him. And he's going to be the smaller guy, both in everything, which is better if you're the wrestler. I think you can get in easier. I mean, if he doesn't get him out of there, though, and he gasses, Johnny Walker is going to knock him the fuck out eventually. I'm going to take Walker. I think Walker can win this fight. I mean, doesn't he have to win a fight? I guess not. But.
No, I have no expectation that Johnny Walker will be able to win this fight. Um, like Ian Kutalaba has fought a lot of fights, and he's been in the
Yeah.
UFC for 6 years, and he's fought a bunch of dudes in those 6 years. Um, Ankalaev is the only person who knocked him out, and one of those was fake. So I don't know. I don't expect Johnny Walker to be able to knock him out. Like, as long as Ian Kutalaba can stay remotely calm and not try and remove the kitchen sink and hit him with it, right? Like, as long as he doesn't do anything silly, like turn his back to throw some flipping kick, right? Like, because those are the kinds
Yeah.
of things that Kutalaba does. He's not going to actually flip. Like, he makes those kind of like, wait, what?
Yeah.
You're so good. Why would you? I don't understand. As long as he doesn't do any of those, I think 100% he should win this fight. But if he decides that he wants to do capoeira with Johnny Walker's going to out silly him.
Right.
But I got Kutalaba.
All right. Kutalaba. Yeah, can see it easily. All right. Kutalaba. I'll go with Johnny Walker to get back in the win column. Irene Aldana versus Macy Chiasson. Yeah, Macy. I bet Macy your last fight. She was
Well, that's why it was normal, right? Yeah. Uh-oh. We lost John. Or did we lose me? Well, my timer's still going off, so I'm going to keep talking, and I'm going to pretend like we lost John. Hopefully we did. Hopefully. Studio. All right. Macy Chiasson versus Irene Aldana. Macy looked really good in her fight against Norma Dumont. Her striking was on point. She's clearly been working on her clinch game. That would be a very helpful skill against Irene Aldana because Irene Aldana has dope hands. Like, that girl can bang. Um, I haven't seen enough Macy Chiasson to be like confident that she'll win, but she did look really good. Oh, and she's gonna be big. Yeah, I'm going with Irene Aldana. I don't know where John is. Seem to have lost him. StreamYard went out. All right. John also has Aldana. Tony Ferguson versus Li Jingliang. Li Jingliang is the dirtiest fighter in the UFC. Tony Ferguson is not a small welterweight or lightweight, so I'm not exactly shocked at the prospect of him going up to welterweight. But Li Jingliang is kind of a big dude. He hits really, really hard. I'm excited for this fight. Tony Ferguson moved to New Mexico to train at Jackson Wink for this fight, which 7 years ago would have been like, oh my God, Tony Ferguson with Jackson Wink? That's incredible. But now Greg Jackson is actually retired. So it's just Winklejohn, and it doesn't seem to be turning out nearly as well with just Winklejohn. But Tony Ferguson moving up in weight. Moving up in weight to fight Li Jingliang. I don't know, man. I don't know if this is a great idea. Both John and I have picked Li Jingliang. Apparently, we're not getting John back. Apparently, John's lost in the nether world. And then for your main event, Khamzat Chimaev versus Nate Diaz. Apparently, Nate Diaz borderline demanded this fight. Like, I've been pushing to try and get this fight. Which is interesting because this is the last fight on his contract. And you'd think that he would want like a bigger money fight before his contract expires and he goes and fights Jake Paul, right? But I guess he'd been pushing for this fight for a while, and then they finally let it happen. I expect Nate to do silly Diaz things. I think it's going to be very fun. I think it'll be very fun to watch Nate, but I don't actually expect Nate to be able to pull off a victory against Khamzat. I don't necessarily think Khamzat's going to finish him, though. It'll likely be 5 rounds. So you can see if Khamzat can do a 5-round fight. I think the fight against Gilbert, I believe, was 3 rounds. So I don't think Khamzat's ever... And that's his only decision. Khamzat versus Gilbert, 3-5, yeah. Yeah, his only... Is that his only decision? Yeah. His only decision is against Gilbert Burns. So, yeah, I expect Khamzat to be able to win this. I kind of think it's going to go to decision. I hope it goes to decision so that we can learn what we need to learn about Khamzat. And there'll be a decent amount of film on him. And then we will see him go fight for a title. Because unlike what John said, there's no way Khamzat gets the next title fight if he loses. So, if you've been enjoying our content, please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe this time and every time. Thank you for being here.